Om Gurudeva Gati Gurumeva Bhaje Gurunaiva Sahasmi Namo Gurave Na Guruh Paramam Shishurasmi Guroho Matirasmi Guru Mama Pahi Guru सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतक्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः यं प्रव्रजन्तमनुपेतमपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकादराजुहाव पुत्रेदि तन्मयतया तरवोऽभिनेदुस्तम् सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् सर्वेभ्यः नमस्कारः. In my last video, I said about how Sri Narada Maharshi came and advised Sri Ved Vyasa to write Bhagavada Purana, to write a text which is drenched in devotion, because only tattva, that is jnana, will not help the people of Kali Yuga, because the people of Kali Yuga has so many impurities and difficulties. So to help them come out of their difficulties, only bhakti will be of very use. So Sri Narada Rishi advised Bhagavan Ved Vyasa to write a text, to write something about devotion, and that too about Bhagavan Sri Krishna. And in this chapter, that is in chapter 7, the Shaunaka Rishis, they asked Suta Pauranika, after Sri Narada Rishi left the hermitage of Bhagavan Ved Vyasa, what did Bhagavan Ved Vyasa do? And Suta Pauranika, he said, after Sri Narada Rishi left his hermitage, Bhagavan Sri Ved Vyasa, his hermitage is on the banks of river Saraswati, that's on the western banks of river Saraswati, and the place where his ashrama is there is known as the Shamya Prasa. In that place, he is sitting in his hermitage and deeply meditating on Bhagavan. It is said that Pranidadhyau Manaswayam, he was deeply concentrated in meditation, and was because Rishi, the Narada Rishi said, you sit in samadhi, meditate, and recollect all the leelas of Bhagavan. And so Bhagavan Ved Vyasa is sitting like that and meditating. And he was able to see Bhakti Yogena Manasi Samyak Pranihide Male Apashat Purusham Purvam Mayam Cha Tadapashrayam Yaya Sammohito Jiva Atmanam Trigunatmaham Paropi Munide Nartha Tatkridam Chabhipatyade. He was able to see the Supreme Being and how the Maya is dependent on him. He was able to see Bhagavan and how Maya was dependent on him in meditation. And even though the jivas, they are not different from that Supreme Being, because of Maya, they are thinking that they are this body which is made of these three gunas, and they are inviting sufferings because of this Maya. It is all due to avidya, which is the creation of Maya, which is the Shakti of Bhagavan. So he was able to see all that and to relieve these jivas and to make them understand about their real nature, about their divine nature. He decided to compose Bhagavada Purana, and he composed Bhagavada Purana. All that in his mind he thought like that, and he composed Bhagavata Purana, and he, after completing it, he taught that Bhagavata Purana to his son Sri Shuka. Now that Bhagavata Purana, the other name of Bhagavata Purana is Satpata Samhita, which means scripture of devotion. So by reading that or learning it or by hearing it, the jiva will understand its spiritual glory. So he taught this to Shuka Maharshi, who is the son of Sri Ved Vyasa. And now the Shaunaka Rishis, they asked a question to Suta Pauranika, who is expounding all this in their Naimisharanya forest. And the Shaunaka Rishis, they asked the Suta Pauranika, Sri Shuka Brahmarshi, he is a Paramahamsa, always observed in the meditation of the self. How did he get that interest to learn Srimad Bhagavata? How did he come to learn the Srimad Bhagavata? For that, Sutta Pauranika said, that is the power of Bhagavan Sri Hari. He attracts even the Paramahamsas. He attracts everyone. So everyone, even the Paramahamsas, are interested in the glories of Bhagavan Sri Krishna or Bhagavan Sri Hari. That's why Sri Narada Rishi advised Bhagavan Ved Vyasa to write about the glories of Bhagavan. He said that you have given more importance to the tattvas and Upanishads and everything, but like that you have not given importance to the telling about the glories of Bhagavan. And that's how Sri Narada Rishi advised Bhagavan Sri Ved Vyasa to write about this Satpata Samhita, which is Bhagavata Purana. So even the Paramahamsas are attracted by the glories of Bhagavan, and not only that, Sri Shuka Brahmarishi, he is interested in the devotees of Bhagavan Sri Hari. So wherever the devotees are there, he will go there and expound the glories of Bhagavan. So he also is interested in knowing about this Srimad Bhagavata, which his father Sri Ved Vyasa has composed, and learn from him and tell this or expound the same to the devotees of Bhagavan, so that they will come out of their Maya. So for both these reasons, he learned the Srimad Bhagavata. And now Sutta Pauranika said, I will narrate to you about the background of Raja Prikshit, how he heard this Bhagavata Purana. Because in the last chapter, in chapter 5 and 6, the Shaunaka Rishis, they asked Sutta Pauranika, how did the Sri Shuka Brahma Rishi, he entered into Hastinapura, how did the people there respond to him? And in what was the situation? How did that conversation between Sri Parikshit and Sri Shuka Brahmarshi happen? And what was the situation in which Sri Parikshit Maharaja learned this Srimad Bhagavata? All these questions they asked in the last chapter. So now Sutta Pauranika explained the background of the Srimad Bhagavata, how it was expounded to Parikshit Maharaja. After the Mahabharata war was over, and in that war, the Pandavas won the battle, and all the children of Gandhari and Dhritarashtra were killed. And Duryodhana, he was wailing and just mourning in pain in the Kurukshetra war field, because Bhimasena, he broke the thigh bone of Duryodhana, and so he was just mourning in pain and lying down on the pool of blood on the Kurukshetra war field. So outside that Kurukshetra war field somewhere there, all the Pandavas were along with Panchali, they were staying in one tent. And in another tent nearby, the children of Panchali and the 5 Pandavas, they were lying there and sleeping. After the battle, they were sleeping, and in another tent, Bhagavan Krishna is there. So at that time, the son of Dronacharya, Ashwatthama, he went and saw his well-wisher, guru, friend, everyone, Duryodhana. He was just mourning in pain, lying on the pool of blood and surrounded by so many dead bodies on the field of Kurukshetra. There Duryodhana was lying there and in pain he was mourning. So, just to please his friend and well-wisher and guru Duryodhana, Ashwatthama, the son of Dronacharya, he came to the tent where the children of Pandavas were sleeping. He just cut off their head, separated their head from their bodies, and took the 5 heads and went to the Kurukshetra war field to show it to Duryodhana to please him, just to please him. So the 5 children of Panchali, that is Draupadi and the Pandavas, were killed. Their heads were separated from their body, and Ashwatthama took that head and showed it to Duryodhana. He was there lying on the Kurukshetra war field. Even Duryodhana didn't like it. He just didn't like it because it is the out of the war situation. It is a cold-blooded murder. If he has killed them in the war field, then he would have been happy because it's a battle. But now it's a cold-blooded murder and the children were sleeping. Even Duryodhana was not pleased by it. But Ashwatthama showed it, and by hearing the sound in the tent nearby, Panchali ran and came there and saw that all the children without their head in the pool of blood. She just cried and wailed and shouted, and Arjuna came, all the Pandavas came, and Arjuna at that time gave word to Panchali, before these bodies of our children were cremated, I will bring the head of that person who has done this cruel act. And along with Sri Krishna, he went in a chariot chasing the murderer. And they found out that it was Ashwatthama. And Ashwatthama going in front of them far away in another chariot. Bhagavan Krishna is driving that chariot, the horses, and Sri Arjuna was sitting in back of it. They also chased Ashwatthama. Both these chariots were just going in high speed. At one place, the horses of Ashwatthama's chariot became very weak, and so Ashwatthama got down from the chariot and released Brahmastra. So when Arjuna, he was just following him, he saw some bright light, just like Surya. It is coming towards them. So much of taba, heat is spread everywhere, so much of brightness. He didn't know what it is, and at that time he worshipped Bhagavan Krishna. He said to Bhagavan Krishna, Arjuna uvacha Krishna Krishna Mahabhaga Bhaktanam abhayankara Tvamego dahyamananam ubavarghosi samsrude Tvamadhyam purusha sakshat ishvarah prakrutih parah mayam yudasya chikshaktya kaivalye sthita atmani स एव जीवलोकस्य माया मोहितचेतसः विधस्ते स्वेन वीर्येण श्रेयो धर्मदिलक्षणम् तथायं चावतारस्ते भ्रुवो भारजिहीर्षया त्वानां च अनन्यभावानां अनुध्यानाय च सकृत्. He just said this to Bhagavan Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Mahabaho. Krishna, Bhagavan Krishna, you have long-armed Krishna. You are the Bhaktanam Abhayangara. You are the only refuge for all the Bhaktas. And when the people of the samsara, they are burned by their the samsara, by their papas, you are the only person you are the only savior for them. And all you are that Adi Purusha, you are that Purusha Sakshat Ishvara, you are that Adi Purusha, and by your Chit Shakti, you transcend this Prakriti. And even though the Maya is your Shakti, you are not attached to it, and you help the Jivas when they are in need. And you are that one who has come to have taken this particular avatar to help relieve the earth from all its bhara, but from all its weight. But you can also help the jivas like me who are suffering in this samsara. Like this, Sri Arjuna worshipped to Bhagavan Krishna, and because he didn't know what it is, some bright light, just like a molten iron, is coming towards them, and it's so much of heat and so much of brightness, he couldn't even see what it is clearly because of that brightness. So he just worshipped like this to Bhagavan Krishna, and for that, Bhagavan Krishna said, Sri Bhagavanuvacha Vedhedam Dronaputrasya Brahmastram Pradarshitam Naivasau Veda Samharam Pranabadha Upasthite. This is the Brahmastra released by the son of Dronacharya, and he is not well trained in that because he doesn't know to samhara, he doesn't know to retrace it back. So he has released it, and Bhagavan Krishna said, Nahyasyanyatamam kinchit astram pratyavagarshanam jahyastrateja unnatam astrajnohyastra tejasa. So no other astra is more powerful than Brahmastra. So to counteract it, you have to release your Brahmastra, Arjuna. Bhagavan Krishna said to Arjuna. So in no other way you can nullify it, nullify its power. No other astra in this whole universe can defeat it or counteract it. So the same Brahmastra only can be released, should be released to counteract it. So you release one Brahmastra, Arjuna, Bhagavan Krishna said. So Arjuna immediately worshipped Bhagavan and said the mantra connected with that Brahmastra and released a Brahmastra. And that both the Brahmastras they counteracted, and the light and taba produced by both of them, people thought that it was Pralayagni at the end of dissolution, that cosmic fire, they all thought, because it was so powerful, just like many suryas coming out at the same time, rising at the same time, and the tapa was not, ordinary people cannot bear that heat. He did that, and Arjuna Sanjahara Arjuno Dvayam, and he retraced both of the Brahmastras back, and the Brahmastra is nullified. And Arjuna saw that Sri Ashwatthama is standing, and he immediately got out of the chariot and tied Ashwatthama with a rope, just like a pashum, just like a sacrificial animal, and brought to the tent where Panchali is crying, and the bodies of the 5 children are there, and other Pandavas also came at that time. So when they reached the tent, Bhagavan Krishna said, he has done a great crime. He has killed the innocent children, Balaka, innocent children, that also in Nishi, darkness in the night. They were not involved in the battle at that time. They were peacefully sleeping, and he killed them at that time. So this Brahmana, he doesn't deserve a pardon. He should not be excused. Like this, Bhagavan Krishna said, and he also said, Mattam pramattam unmattam shuptam bhalam striyam jadam prabhannam viratham mitham na ribhum hanti dharmavid. That is, it is not dharma to kill a person who is in intoxicated state. Mattam. Pramatta means when he is involved in some other job, you should not kill them. When he was concentrating in something else, one should not kill them. Unmattam, a madman who doesn't have that stable mind. Suptam, sleeping peacefully, Balam, children, Striyam, that is women, Jadam, one person who is not that healthy, means the paralytic attack like that, when they are like that, should not be killed. Prabhannam, when he has surrendered, you should not kill them. Viratha, when he is not interested in anything, he was not interested in killing anyone or going to battle, not interested in that fight. Bhitam, when he is so fearful, when he is so afraid, then one should not kill them. Now, Ripum, when they are chariot or when they are not in that state to fight with them, should not kill them. Killing such people is adharma, Bhagavan Krishna said. So this Brahmana has done a cold-blooded murder, which is adharma, he said to Arjuna. Why Bhagavan Krishna said this is just to test the value of Arjuna, the Panchali, and the other Pandavas. Just to test them, he said this. And Panchali said, yes, first release him, release Ashwatthama. I cannot see him with his head down and tied like a sacrificial animal. Release him. He is the son of your guru who has taught you all the vidyas, all the astras, how to send the astra and retrace it back. Yes, he was such a great guru. He is the guru of Hastinapura. Just release him first. Panchali shouted, and Arjuna, he released, that is, he took off the rope which bound Ashwatthama, and Ashwatthama was just standing in shame, worry, and so in distressed state of mind. At that time, Panchali said, leave him off, because Ma Roditasya Janani Gautami Padidevata. Like me, his mother, who is who is a pious woman who respects her husband, and the daughter of Gautama Rishi, that is Gautami, she should not cry like me. Yataham Rudavat Sartha Rodidash Ashrumukhimho. Like this, like how Ashru is falling on my face and washing off my face. His mother should not cry like this. Losing her husband, she has already lost her husband. Losing her son, she should not cry like me. For me, the ashrus are washing my face. So like this, her face should not be washed by these tears. So release him. Draupadi also, Panchali also said. And Bhagavan Krishna said, so what to do now? He should be killed for his act, but he is a Brahmana, the son of his teacher. So what will Arjuna do? So at that time, Bhagavan Krishna said, Brahma Bandurna Hantavya Adataye Vadharhana Mahevo Bhayamapnatam Paripashyano Shasanam. Bhagavan Krishna said, a degraded Brahmana, even though he is degraded, he doesn't have any value. Since he has studied the scriptures, he is a Brahmana. So he should not be killed. He should not be murdered or killed. But at the same time, he has done a cold-blooded murder. For that act, he should be killed. So now Arjuna, considering both of it, you decide. And Arjuna, he thought, Bhagavan Krishna is telling the right thing. So I will do what is according to the Shastra, and what he did was, Arjuna sahasajnaya harir hardamathasina manin jahara murdhanyam dvijasya saha murdhajam. So what Arjuna did was, with his sword, he sheared off the head turf of Ashwatthama. That is, head turf means, you might have seen in the learned Brahmanas that they will leave some hair in the back. So he just sheared off that head turf, which is a great shame for him. And along with it, he took off the money that is in the forehead of Ashwatthama, that indicates his spiritual power. It was there when he was born itself. So along with that head turf, he took off that money also. So bereft of all the knowledge, in shame, and bereft of all the spiritual power, Ashwatthama was led to go from the tent of the Pandavas, from the tent of the Pandavas where the children are lying as bodies. So after Ashwatthama went, the Pandavas carried their 5 children on hand, and they went to the banks of river Ganga along with Panchali, Bhagavan Krishna and all the relatives, and they did all the Antima Karma, that is all the last rites for the children, and had the bath in the holy Ganga, and they all came to the palace of Hastinapura. In Hastinapura, Dhritarashtra was there and Gandhari was also there. She has lost all the children and she is worried, but she cannot cry and complain to anyone because it's the wrongdoing of her own children. So they were there, and Bhagavan Krishna was also there, and Pandavas also there, and they got the blessings of Dhritarashtra. At that time, Bhagavan Krishna said, so it's long time back I came here. No, it's almost more than a year. Now I want to go back to Dwaraka, which is my kingdom. I want to rule it, so let me go there. And all of them requested, please don't go. But he said, it's a long time since I came here, so I want to go now. So he was about to leave, and he was about to mount his chariot. He was about to step into his chariot at that time. Uttara, the wife of Abhimanyu, she came running there. She came running there telling, Pahi Pahi Mahayogin, Deva Deva Jagatpade, Nanyam Tvada Bhayam Pashe, Yatra Mrityu Parasparam, Abhidravati Mamisha, Sharastaptaya So Vibho, Kamam Dahtu Mam Natha, Mame Gharbo Nipatyata. She came there running, telling, Pahi Pahi Mahayogin, refuge, refuge, the great Bhagavan, refuge, refuge. Something is coming behind me. It's just like a hot molten iron. It's just coming behind me. Help me, save me. I do not care if it burns me, but it will kill my child which is in my womb. So please, Pahi, Pahi, refuge, refuge, Bhagavan Krishna, save me from this, something is coming, just like a molten hot iron, it is chasing me. They all turned and saw something like molten hot iron, it is chasing Uttara, and behind it, 5 missiles like that are coming. So it is all targeted to Pandavas. It is the act of Ashwatthama. He went in shame and distress and bereft of all the spiritual powers. So he led another Brahmastra towards Uttara to kill the fetus of Uttara, and another 5 things to kill the Pandavas, so that the Pandava clan itself will be effaced from this earth. They will be completely destroyed from seed from this earth. For that, he released that Brahmastra. Bhagavan Krishna, nothing can stop it now. So if they have to counteract it, they have to leave 6 Brahmastra, then what will be that power and what will happen to that entire universe? So Bhagavan Krishna, he led his Sudarshana Chakra and blocked all of them. Bhagavan can do anything because he is the great Bhagavan. So he led his Sudarshana Chakra and blocked all the missiles and saved Uttara and the 5 Pandavas. And Sutta Pauranika says, Antastha Sarva Bhutanam Atma Yogeshwaro Harihi. Bhagavan, who is inside us and he is outside us, he is everywhere. Sarva Bhutanam Atma, Sarva Bhuta, like he residing as Atma, as Bhagavan, he is residing in all the beings. Bhutana, Sarva Bhutanam as Atma, he is residing in all of us. Swamayaya avrunodgarbham Vairātaya kuru tandhave. He is the Lord of Maya, And he's that Bhagavan who is hidden by his Maya. He led his Sudarshana chakra and protected the womb of, that is the fetus of Uttara, and helped Kurunandana, all the Pandavas. मामत्स्थाह्येददाश्चर्यं सर्वाश्चर्यमयेच्युते ययिदं मायया देव्या सृजत्यवदीहन्त्यजः. And so the Pauranika is telling, this is not that great because Bhagavan, he has created this universe, sustains it and takes it back in the end. For that Bhagavan who does all this by his Maya, this is not a great thing for him. And he did that and protected the womb, the fetus in the womb of Uttara as well as the 5 Pandavas. So seeing this, Devi Kunti, she praised Bhagavan with a very beautiful hymn. And that I will read and explain in my next upload. ॐ श्री नारायणाखिल गुरु भगवन् नमस्ते।